Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. Joe Biden celebrates 82nd birthday amid calls for younger leadership. Trump lawyers demand judge drop hush money case immediately. Trump names Matt Whitaker as ambassador to NATO. Speaker Mike Johnson backs ban on transgender women using women's bathrooms in Capitol. Deepfakes of Elon Musk are leading to massive fraud losses in the US. Mayor Adams appointed Jessica Tisch as NYPD commissioner. Governor Hochul announces continued growth in CUNY student enrollment. Ukraine fires British Storm Shadow missiles on Russian territory for first time. Putin gives North Korea a lion, bears and dogs. Thai woman sentenced to death for cyanide poisoning in first of 14 murder cases. Real Madrid lockers used by football legends auctioned in London. And Tata Martino resigned as Inter Miami coach for personal reasons. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. Joe Biden celebrated his 82nd birthday on November 20 as discussions grew among Democrats about finding younger leaders. The focus on new leadership comes after Kamala Harris's recent defeat in the presidential election, which left the party reeling. Biden returned to Washington after attending the G20 summit in Brazil. His trip, marked by limited public appearances and missed events, highlighted his fading role as an active global statesman. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's return to power looms with plans to undo Biden's achievements over the past 4 years. Within the Democratic Party, leaders like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer also faced scrutiny due to their age. Pelosi, 84 years old, played a key role in urging Biden to step aside as the party's nominee earlier this year. Younger governors like Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, and Josh Shapiro are being considered for future leadership. The Democratic National Committee is also looking for younger leaders, with figures like Ben Wickler and Mallory McMorrow gaining attention. As Democrats rebuild after the election loss, the push for fresh voices reflects the urgency to adapt and compete in the years ahead. Donald Trump's lawyers urged a New York judge to dismiss his hush money case immediately, arguing that proceeding would destabilize the country. In a public letter dated November 20, attorneys Todd Blanche and Emil Bovis cited presidential immunity and constitutional protections as reasons for dismissal. They claimed the case violates the Presidential Transition Act and interferes with Trump's duties following his 2024 election victory. Trump was convicted earlier this year on 34 counts of falsifying business records linked to a payment to adult film actor Stormy Daniels. He was scheduled for sentencing on November 26, but prosecutors recently requested a delay to assess next steps. Trump's lawyers also requested until December 20 to file a formal motion explaining why the case should be dismissed. Prosecutors acknowledged Trump's election creates legal complexities but opposed dismissing the case. They highlighted the jury's role and said the situation is unprecedented. The judge has not yet ruled on the requests. Trump's legal team argued sentencing should not proceed as it would disrupt his constitutional duties as president-elect. The case raises significant questions about presidential immunity and the limits of prosecution during a transition of power. President-elect Donald Trump announced Matt Whitaker as his choice for the next U.S. ambassador to NATO on November 20. Trump praised Whitaker, calling him a strong warrior who will prioritize U.S. interests and strengthen ties with NATO allies. Despite limited foreign policy experience, Whitaker expressed support for NATO and the alliance's role in global security. Whitaker previously served as acting Attorney General under Trump in 2018, succeeding Jeff Sessions. Before that, he was Chief of Staff to Sessions and a U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Iowa under President George W. Bush. Recently, Whitaker co-chaired the Center of Law and Justice at the America First Policy Institute. Trump has criticized NATO in the past, accusing European members of insufficient defense spending. However, Whitaker has supported NATO, emphasizing the U.S. role as a global leader while urging allies to share responsibilities. Trump's NATO stance has been controversial, with past remarks suggesting reduced U.S. involvement. However, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance recently stated that a second Trump administration would remain in NATO. Whitaker is expected to balance Trump's priorities with maintaining strong NATO ties. House Speaker Mike Johnson announced support for a resolution to restrict single-sex facilities in the Capitol, like restrooms and locker rooms, to individuals based on their biological sex. This would ban transgender women, including Representative-elect Sarah McBride, the first openly transgender member of Congress, from using women's bathrooms. Johnson stated that women deserve private spaces and noted that unisex restrooms are available in the Capitol. While this rule has not been officially implemented, it could be included in the next Congress's rules package starting January. Representative Nancy Mace proposed the resolution earlier this week, explicitly targeting McBride. Democratic leaders have strongly opposed it. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries criticized Republicans for bullying McBride, calling it unnecessary and disrespectful. Other Democrats, including Representatives Jamie Raskin and Pramila Jayapal, condemned the resolution as discriminatory and harmful. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer called it mean and cruel. McBride responded, urging Congress to focus on real issues like housing and health care costs instead of creating culture wars. She expressed hope for mutual respect among lawmakers despite political differences. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Deep fakes of Elon Musk have been used in scams, tricking people into losing thousands of dollars. One victim, Heidi Swan, believed she was investing $10,000 in cryptocurrency through Musk after seeing fake videos on social media. The videos looked and sounded like Musk, making them convincing. She later discovered it was a scam. Artificial intelligence technology has made it easier for scammers to create realistic deepfakes. A study revealed Musk is the most targeted celebrity in these scams, likely due to his wealth and high online presence. According to Deloitte, AI-related fraud caused over 12 billion in losses last year and could reach 40 billion by 2027. Experts warn that deepfakes are becoming harder to detect. Signs like unnatural lip movements or odd body language may help, but advancing technology will make spotting fakes more difficult. Detection tools like Deeper and Sensity have shown mixed accuracy, often identifying fake videos about 75% of the time. Authorities, including the Federal Trade Commission, have issued a warning about these scams. As AI improves, experts stress the importance of staying cautious and verifying information before acting on online content. Mayor Eric Adams announced that Jessica Tisch would become the new commissioner of the New York City Police Department effective November 25. Tisch will be the second woman in history to hold this position. She is currently serving as the commissioner of the New York City Department of Sanitation, where she led the trash revolution that improved waste management across the city. With a 12-year career at the NYPD, Tisch is now tasked with leading the nation's largest police force as crime continues to decrease for the 10th consecutive month as of October 2024. Mayor Adams expressed confidence in Tisch's leadership, citing her success in managing complex city operations. He emphasized the importance of having a strong, experienced leader to continue reducing crime and ensuring public safety in New York City. Tisch, reflecting on her time in law enforcement, vowed to advance Mayor Adams' crime-fighting agenda and enhance police technology, counterterrorism efforts, and law enforcement training. She also promised to protect officers and work to strengthen public trust in the police. Governor Kathy Hochul announced that enrollment at the City University of New York has increased for the second year in a row, with notable growth at community colleges and among new graduate students. This rise in enrollment follows efforts to boost CUNY's visibility, including a state-funded advertising campaign and the offer of free application options for high school seniors during College Application Month. For the fall 2024 semester, enrollment grew by 3%, adding nearly 15,000 students over the past 2 years. The increase was largely driven by a 6% rise in enrollment at CUNY's community colleges, which faced significant challenges during the pandemic. Additionally, new graduate student enrollment grew by 4%, marking the first such increase in 4 years. As part of the state's ongoing efforts to make higher education more accessible, CUNY waived application fees for New York City public school seniors. Governor Hochul highlighted that over 67% of CUNY students attend college for free, with nearly 80% graduating debt-free. CUNY colleges continue to earn high national rankings for value and post-graduation success. Now it's time for global updates. Ukraine fired British-made Storm Shadow missiles into Russia for the first time, following earlier strikes using US-made long-range missiles. Russian media reported explosions in the Kursk region near Ukraine's border. Footage showed multiple blasts with missile fragments reportedly found in the area. The British government did not comment on the incident. Britain had earlier permitted Ukraine to use Storm Shadow missiles only within its territory, but had praised the US for broader use against Russian targets. On Tuesday, Ukraine used US-made missiles to strike Russia with approval to target areas in and around Kursk. After the attacks, Russian President Vladimir Putin lowered the threshold for nuclear strikes, citing broader conventional threats. The US responded by stating no change in its nuclear posture was needed. President Joe Biden also authorized the use of anti-personnel landmines in Ukraine and announced $275 million in military aid, including weapons and ammunition. The war, ongoing for over 1,000 days, has raised concerns about Western aid as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to take office in January. Russian officials warned NATO countries against supporting long-range strikes, promising retaliation for actions prolonging the conflict. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Russian President Vladimir Putin recently gifted North Korea a group of animals including a lion, 2 brown bears, and 40 dogs as a gesture of friendship between Moscow and Pyongyang. Russian officials confirmed this exchange as part of growing ties between the two nations, both under heavy Western sanctions. Russia's Natural Resources Ministry reported that an African lion, 2 yaks, 5 cockatoos, 25 pheasants, and mandarin dogs were sent from the Moscow Zoo to Pyongyang Zoo. Videos showed the animals being unloaded from a government plane and the lion settling into its new enclosure. Earlier, Putin had gifted North Korean leader Kim Jong-un 24 purebred horses, which are Kim's favorite. In return, Kim had sent Putin 2 local dogs. The alliance between Russia and North Korea has strengthened this year, including the signing of a mutual defense pact. This agreement commits both nations to provide immediate military help if either is invaded. Reports from Western countries claim that North Korea recently deployed over 10,000 troops to support Russia's ongoing conflict with Ukraine. The partnership between Moscow and Pyongyang is raising global concerns about military collaboration and its potential impact on future conflicts. A Thai court sentenced Sararat Rungsiuthaporn, 36 years old, to death for poisoning her friend with cyanide. This marked the first verdict in 14 murder trials against her. Sararat, accused of being one of Thailand's worst serial killers, reportedly swindled money from her victims before poisoning them. The court found her guilty to killing her friend Siriporn Kanwong in April 2023. The two had met near Bangkok to release fish into a river as part of a Buddhist ritual. Siriporn collapsed and died shortly after, with cyanide traces later found in her body. Investigators linked Sararat to poisonings dating back to 2015. Police said she borrowed large sums from victims, including 300,000 baht, to fund her gambling addiction. When asked for repayment, she allegedly killed them, stealing their valuables. Authorities revealed she lured 15 victims, 14 of whom died, by offering poisoned herbal capsules. She faces 13 more murder trials and over 80 charges. Sararat's ex-husband, a police officer, and her former lawyer were also sentenced for helping in Siriporn's murder. The case has drawn attention to other poisonings in Thailand, including 6 cyanide deaths earlier this year in Bangkok. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Real Madrid's iconic dressing room lockers, used by legends like Cristiano Ronaldo and David Beckham, have been showcased in London for a Sotheby's auction. These lockers, part of the club's changing room from 2001 to 2022, include ones used by Zinedine Zidane, Sergio Ramos, and Luis Figo. The items were part of the Bernabeu Stadium's original setup, replaced after the stadium's renovation. The lockers are being auctioned as they appeared in the 2021-2022 season, when Real Madrid won both La Liga and the Champions League with stars like Karim Benzema, Vinicius Jr. and Luka Modric. Bidding began on November 12 with each locker priced at a minimum of 10,000. The auction will continue until November 26. Sotheby's representative George North said these lockers symbolize Real Madrid's historic achievements and are a unique offering. Each locker comes with a certificate of authenticity and a list of players who used it. Other auctioned items include a 3-meter wide stadium mosaic with a starting price of £12,000. A portion of the proceeds will support the Real Madrid Foundation, the club's charitable partner. Gerardo Tata Martino resigned as Inter Miami's head coach, citing personal reasons, as reported recently. Martino led the team to a record-breaking MLS season with 74 points and the Supporters' Shield, but the club was eliminated in the first round of the MLS Cup playoffs by Atlanta United, the number 9 seed. Martino joined Inter Miami in June 2023 after coaching Mexico's national team for over 3 years. Under his guidance, Inter Miami achieved success, including winning the Leagues Cup 2023 after Lionel Messi and Sergio Busquets joined. Martino had previously led Atlanta United to the 2018 MLS Cup title before stepping down for personal reasons. Inter Miami has announced a news conference for November 24 where Martino and the team's executives are expected to discuss his departure. The club now faces the task of finding a new coach for the upcoming season. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,749.13. The NYSE Composite is increased by 30.88 points or 0.16%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,352.34. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 62.09 points or 0.16%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,367.99. The Shanghai index is increased by 21.98 points or 0.66%. Hong Kong stock close price is 19,705.01. The Hang Seng index is increased by 41.34 points or 0.21%. Bombay stock close price is 77,578.38. The Sensex index is increased by 239.37 points or 0.31%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Joe Biden celebrates 82nd birthday amid calls for younger leadership. Trump lawyers demand judge drop hush money case immediately. Trump names Matt Whitaker as ambassador to NATO. Speaker Mike Johnson backs ban on transgender women using women's bathrooms in Capitol. Deepfakes of Elon Musk are leading to massive fraud losses in the US. Mayor Adams appointed Jessica Tisch as NYPD Commissioner. Governor Hochul announces continued growth in CUNY student enrollment. Ukraine fires British Storm Shadow missiles on Russian territory for first time. Putin gives North Korea a lion, bears and dogs. Thai woman sentenced to death for cyanide poisoning in first of 14 murder cases. Real Madrid lockers used by football legends auctioned in London. And Tata Martino resigned as Inter Miami coach for personal reasons. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.